This is a review of the BenQ i500 projector. Inside of the box, you'll find the projector itself, which is rather small. The projector itself weighs in at 3.83 pounds. You'll also find an HDMI cable over here. The cable is 40.5 inches long. You'll have an AC power adapter here that plugs into the unit. The power adapter operates on 100 to 240 volts AC at 50 to 60 hertz. Its output is 19 volts DC at 6.31 amps. It has a power plug connector, and this cable itself is 39.37 inches long, or 1 meter. Here you have a 3-prong American-style AC power cord that's 47 inches long. It plugs into this power block. Over here you have a remote control. This remote control has a range of 23 feet in a beam angle to the front and rear of the projector of 15 degrees. So you got to be shooting into the projector at a reasonable angle for it to work properly. The projector has an IR sensor built in the front and back. It also comes with a CR2025 3-volt lithium battery. You'll find a brief user guide and a North American warranty information card that will help you. I do want to point out that there is a complete manual on the web, 75 pages long, and I suggest that you download it for your detailed information. It's very helpful. Here on the front of the unit, you're going to see this cap. This is the lens cover cap. You simply lift it off, it's held on magnetically, and you can store it over here and it locks into place with a magnet. This is the IR sensor, and this is the lens. This lens has a curved surface on it. This is a very short throw projector, which means you can get a very, very large and bright picture with only projecting from 3 to 4 feet away. I'm talking about screen sizes between 80 and 100 inches. This is an ejection button here that helps you use this foot on the bottom. I wanted to show that if you press this button, this foot will pop out and you can adjust it to different heights to adjust the tilt of the projector. Here on the bottom you can see the foot I talked about. Here you can see a lock that you can put a lock around to lock it for security reasons. And then here you have 2 adjustable feet in the back to level the unit. And then here is a mounting hole if you wanted to, where you can mount this on a tripod type of screw. As I rotate this up, here you'll see this vent. This is a intake vent for cool air to help cool the system. Here on the other side, you'll see the focus knob, where once you set this up at the distance you want, you can adjust this and adjust the focus of the screen. Here is another cool air vent. Then here you have the input for the power cord. This is the back of the unit, and here you see this. This is actually a cover. It's held in place magnetically. When you take it off, you can just place it on the top and it will stick there. Under that cover is the microphone in jack, the audio in jack, the audio output jack. This is an HDMI input. It worked well with me using a Blu-Ray Player and also using a Kindle Fire TV stick. This is a USB port. This is a USB 3.0. You can also hook up here anything to like a thumb drive, or you can actually hook in a wireless keyboard. This is a connection here to attach it to a computer to do a presentation. Here you can attach it to use a Ethernet connection to stream video to this. Here you have a USB 2.0 port, and again it's able to connect to a storage device or also to a keyboard. In addition to all these, this device is Wi-Fi capable. I've already connected it to Wi-Fi and used it using Kodi and other wireless apps to stream visual data to this. You can even stream things like YouTube, so it's very functional. Underneath of this is a speaker grill. There are 2 5-watt speakers. I have to tell you that's probably my only disappointment with this system is the volume of the speakers. The sound level coming out was extremely low, except when I used my iPhone, where I've doubled the output audio on my iPhone. These speaker outputs is probably the weakest area here, but when I plugged in the audio output, it worked flawlessly. It would make an excellent entertainment system. On the top here you have a off-on button. One press turns it on. It takes a few seconds for it to come on. This is a temperature indicator light. When it comes on, it means it's getting too hot. I've never seen that happen yet. This is an LED light to tell you the LED is on. Then here is a Bluetooth speaker function. You can press this and pair this with your Bluetooth device. When you do that, the projector will shut off. It'll ask you that. You shut it off and I can play my music over the rear speakers here. When you want to turn this off, you can press this button once and it'll pop up and say, press the second time for off. In addition to those controls, you have a nice functional remote control. And here you can switch between different types of inputs. You can go to the menu and set the system up. Very powerful programming. Here's the home button, which takes you to the Wi-Fi section. And then this is how you move around and scroll around. and when you get to where you want, you can press OK to accept it. Some of the things I was really impressed with, I could tell it the color of the wall, like light yellow, and it would adjust the color output of the projector to make the picture better depending on the color of the wall. The first thing I did with this was I plugged it in and I turned it on and I attached it to my Wi-Fi at home. At that point I could go to Kodi and stream videos down to this. I'll show that in a few minutes. I've also hooked it up. What I liked about this is the video quality is excellent. Very, very bright. This is only 500 lumens. It looks much higher. It looks like 1,000, 1,500 lumens. That's because the lens is high magnification to intensify the light. The picture quality is outstanding. What I like about this is it is HD ready. It has dual speakers in it, 5-watt speakers. It has an auto keystone adjustment feature to make the picture square. It has instant on and off. It projects in 3D HDMI if you'd like. It has 2 USB power ports, an HDMI input, and the box says that the lamp will last 30,000 hours. The web page on Amazon says 20,000 hours. I don't know which one to tell you, but I certainly haven't used it that long. You're also able to read USB thumb drives, so if you're taking this with you on the road, you can take this and plug in a thumb drive and do your presentation directly for that without the use of a computer. As I mentioned there, you can also use it to project documents and presentations at the distance of 1 meter, or basically 3 feet 3 inches. You can create an 80-inch diagonal picture, and it's very good. There's also built-in apps already into this, and if you want, you can download your own apps and expand those. It's basically uses an Android type system and like a little Android computer in here to let you use Kodi, for example. Here you can see the projector. I've got it hooked up to the Wi-Fi. I'm going to show some pictures of the screen on the wall. And the pictures are going to come from Kodi, which is a built-in piece of software in here that lets you stream from the web. I'm also going to use the Kindle Fire Stick into the HDMI port. Then I'm going to unplug that and plug in a Blu-ray player just to show you the different qualities of the picture. I want to point out that this is in a very bright room, and you can see the quality of the picture is absolutely perfect, and this is on a very, very, very bright wall. I mean, there's literally bright lights on the ceiling shining on the wall, and even with that bright light you can see a good picture. And I wanted to point that out because this makes this good for use in an office to make presentations. You don't have to have the lights all the way down. It's an excellent projector. Here you can see the quality of the picture. This projector is only about 3.5 feet from the wall, and there's a screen that's probably 100 inches in diagonal. So it's excellent quality. I can use the controller and go over to Kodi and press it. Here you can see I'm on Kodi. There's NBC Sports Live. See what's on. There's live and upcoming. I'm going to touch that. And now there's golf, and I'm going to go to the live golf game that's streaming wirelessly to the projector. It's just that simple. Here I'm using the Kindle Fire TV stick, and I've got it set up on Amazon Prime. I can take this and cursor over to a cartoon, for example, and it's going to start streaming the video through the Fire, and you can see the quality of the picture is just excellent. You'll also notice that the volume on the speaker is not too bad, but it's turned all the way up. That's my only complaint about this projector, is that the volume all the way certainly doesn't show the result of a 10-watt system with 2 5-watt speakers. Now I have this connected to a Blu-ray player. This is a movie with very high definition, and you can see the quality of the picture is just flawless. Again, even though I'm using HDMI, the sound quality is not that loud, and it's on full volume. This is an excellent projector. I'm disappointed in the sound output. I wanted to show what happens if you use 2 external speakers. They're powered speakers, and they're plugged in to the audio output jack of the projector.
What do I do, dance with it?
Just hold your ground.
As you can see, those 2 external speakers made quite a difference. This is a great projector. I tell you what, it's as good as projectors I've seen that cost upwards of $1,000. The picture quality is excellent. The color's perfect. High resolution. It worked perfectly. My only disappointment is the volume of the speaker's output. Because of that, I'm going to rate this at 4-star. I'm still going to recommend this highly though, because when I use a system for a home projection or office system, I would always use an external set of speakers. And using an external set of speakers, which I showed in my video, it worked perfectly. So again, I'm going to rate this at 4 stars. It's a good product. This review is done by JJ CEO. I'd like to tell you that I received a sample for test and evaluation, and I didn't promise a review, but I promised if I gave one, it would be fair and honest.